News update. Rescue workers fish a car out of the ocean. It went over a cliff at Pismo Beach.
I think they knew what they were doing. They had some fairly sophisticated glassware to make the drugs.
A lab for making methamphetamines is found in Santa Barbara County. And Mitch Massey starts a preview of local high school football. One of the best quarterbacks in the state, right here on the Central Coast. All this and more next.
You're watching KSBY TV. And now, KSBY News Update with Rick Martell and Sandra Moss. Weather with Mike McCartney and Mitch Massey on sports.
A real stumper tonight for local lawmen. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sandra Moss. And tonight, Pismo Beach firemen are wondering what led up to a cliff rescue this afternoon. As Dan Kerman reports tonight, they did make a save, but they didn't save a person.
What you see in the water is a Dodge Diplomat, which at one time was an airport police car. Authorities believe no one was in the car when it sailed off this cliff above the Dinosaur Cave sometime this afternoon.
We sent a couple firemen with surfboards to walk down to the bottom of the cliff. They took the surfboards over to the vehicle and made sure that the vehicle was secured before they got too close to it. Looked inside, and they were not able to find anyone inside the vehicle. Firemen assisted and wrapped the cable around the vehicle to bring it up, but it's a mountainous side here, and there's a lot of ledges, and at once or twice the car got stuck on a ledge coming up, but it went up fairly easily.
The towing turned into a spectator sport that brought out some 150 people. And even though it went over the side during broad daylight, authorities can only speculate what happened because apparently no one saw it go over.
Can't tell right now. Someone may have just pushed the car over.
This vehicle is heavy, but once you know it's not the largest thing Skip Couts has pulled up from these coastal waters.
3 pieces. One of those parking lot sweepers came up in 3 pieces. The vacuum fell off the truck.
And that vehicle weighed about a ton. In Shell Beach, Dan Kerman, KSBY Action News.
Authorities say cars go over the side of cliffs a few times a year. Often it's not accidental. It's because the car is stolen. At this point, though, officials don't believe this car is stolen. A head-on collision near Lompoc tonight. 3 people are in Lompoc Hospital. 78-year-old Bertha Munson of Lompoc was driving north on Highway 101 when, for some reason, she swerved into the southbound lane. Her car ran into a van driven by Eugene Humphrey of San Bernardino. He and his wife, Gloria, are also in Lompoc Hospital tonight, all 3 with major injuries. Tonight, police say what appeared to be an attempted shooting was a case of mistaken identity. Yesterday afternoon, somebody shot at Robin Thomas while he was riding his motorcycle home from work. Thomas, you'll recall, is the father of Ryan Thomas, a boy well known in Atascadero for his fight to attend public school. Ryan Thomas has AIDS. Police don't know who fired at Thomas, but tonight the culprit came forward. A 17-year-old turns himself in to police saying he fired a cap gun at Thomas. He said he thought Thomas was somebody else. He offered to apologize to the family in person, but the Thomases says that wasn't necessary. They're just glad it's all over. Sheriff's deputies in Santa Barbara County tonight are wondering who left behind an elaborate drug lab. Hunters found the lab yesterday in a remote area east of Santa Maria. In it, chemicals used to make methamphetamines and maybe PCP. Lawmen say it was a large-scale operation abandoned a while ago. It is the second drug lab ever found in Santa Barbara County, and they say they may never know who built it. Sewage is causing a critical problem for Los Osos. Septic tanks have been blamed for the increase of dangerous elements in the groundwater. The town is at least 2 years behind schedule for installing a sewer system and treatment plant. As environmental reporter Mark Mathis tells us tonight, the problem could bring growth to a screeching halt.
Problem. Water used by residents of Los Osos is not treated. It leaches back into the water table through septic tanks. The Regional Water Quality Control Board blames that system for the increase of nitrates and other dangerous elements in the groundwater. Solution? Build a treatment plant and install a sewer system. That mandate came in 1983 with a deadline of November 1st, 1988. But another environmental concern has delayed the project by at least 2 years.
We had a most difficult time siting where the sewage effluent, which would be reclaimed, would be disposed. There were problems principally with the kangaroo rat, a rare and endangered species, and that's the Morro Bay kangaroo rat.
But the county feels it has that problem solved. This site has been chosen to dump the treated water with no impact to the rats. And this location has been selected to build a plant. But federal grants will pay for only a portion of the costs, which creates another problem.
It looks like an individual homeowner might be faced with a sewer bill in the order of up to $50 a month. When you're talking about sewer charges like that, of course it's controversial.
We've got a lot of old people in this area, and I think that it's gonna cost them a few bucks every month for tie-up. I don't know how they're gonna keep on eating.
Well, what do you think will happen to them?
Well, I think they'll have to sell and move to another area where they don't have these problems.
Residents will also have to pay for a house lateral to hook up to the system and seal their old tank. The average cost, about $2,000. The county hopes to complete the project in 1990. In Los Osos, Mark Mathis, KSBY, Action News.
The Water Quality Control Board will meet with the county on September 4th. If the board is satisfied